Bobby was saying he's proud of the way you kind of could have got down in the dumps a little bit, getting put on the practice squad and all that, but to stay prepared, stay ready, and then take advantage of your opportunities. Kind of what went into that whole process for you?
For me, it was just all the mindset. Once you go through something like that, you have a choice to make, and I think for me is I didn't want to make the choice to settle myself short. I knew the plays, I know what's going on, I know the scheme, so the whole thing was just make sure I stay abreast on it and make sure that I stay ready just in case something was to happen. I didn't know the exact role was going to happen, come to the game, but I just wanted to be ready for everything. I was studying each and every position that I was involved in to make sure I knew what was going on. I knew what plays was happening. So once I got opportunity, it was like I shouldn't second guess myself. It's just go out there, run fast, make plays.
Bob Condota.
Yeah, Shaquem, were you surprised when you were waived at all, and sort of what was your immediate reaction when that happened on that day?
Yeah, definitely, definitely a surprise. For me, I was coming in to do the COVID testing, and then I ended up getting called, and I'm like thinking it was just a normal day, and then ended up being waived. I was like, okay, that was an adjustment. So, I think a big thing for me was having my brother there was pretty big. I can admit to that. We sat down, we talked for so long, just about ups and downs, pros and cons to what was going on in the situation. I think for me is my brother kind of calmed me down to the point where it's like I can't always trying to understand the situation to understand the why, but just understand it's a reason. I think that was a kind of a big thing that kind of stuck with me because it was like I can't control everything. I can't sit here and try to control something that's out of my control. So the only thing I can do is just be where my feet at. And that was just at the moment I got waves, and at the next time it was like either I'm gonna be on practice squad or be somewhere else. So whatever step came, I was ready to attack that. And when I was on practice squad, it was like, okay, what do we do here? Either we sit on the side and mope and be mad and be upset at somebody who doesn't really always have the choice. The choice comes from the head man all the way down. So it's like it's a choice between everybody. So I can't just blame one person or point the finger. It was more of I just got to understand my situation and fight up out of it. And that was the whole mindset is don't let it allow myself to fold, but just keep pushing.
Joe Fan.
Shaquem, did other teams reach out to you once you cleared waivers, and then did you give any thought to potentially, getting a fresh start somewhere else?
Yeah, some teams did reach out, but I just didn't see myself leaving. I didn't see myself going somewhere else and starting over because just because I leave doesn't mean it's going to be a better situation for me. And I just feel like being here is worst come to worst. I always got my brother. At the end of the day, when I got him, everything was always good, no matter if I'm playing ball or not. So I was like, man, I'm not just gonna leave and run away because I feel like situation got hard and the situation is not going my way. It's like if I want the situation to go my way, what can I change? What can I adjust? What do I need to do to better myself? And it was like stay in your playbook, stay on top of everything, know so much that you move faster than ever. And I think doing so it kind of put me ahead because it's like now that I know what's going on, there's no reason why I couldn't move fast. If I'm moving fast, not knowing where I'm going, imagine if I did know. So now it's just full go, full blast, 100% effort. Take your shot when you get it, and take full advantage of opportunities.
If you feel comfortable, do you mind sharing who called you that day?
Who called me?
What teams pursued you?
Well, my agent handled all that. It was three different teams. He only told me about one. But I just told him I didn't really want to know because I told him from the get go I wasn't going nowhere. But I know one team that did pop up was Houston that he discussed. But I turned all that down. I was like, you know what, my best decision is to be with my brother, stay here, and fight this thing out.
Michael Sean.
Hey, Shaquem, it looks like that weekend after camp ended, you guys went away for a weekend. Looks like you had some homies. I think Tony was up here. Where'd you guys go? And did that help kind of take your mind off of everything that weekend?
Yeah, it did. I mean, we was about 2 to 3 hours out. Went to like a little lake house, and it kind of gave me a chance to kind of just cope with everything. Everything was moving so fast. I never got a chance to really sit down and really think about what was going on, what's happening. I think me being able to get away and being able to really clear my head and really understand what was going on because it's like I was being naive too. I was like, this can't be right. Something's got to be wrong, and it's just like sometimes you just gotta accept what's going on and just face the music. And I think after that, it kind of calmed me down to a point where it's like, you know what, everything can't be perfect. Everything can't always go your way. So once I was able to understand that, it was like, you know what, it's not my first time. So it's like I had to remember and bring myself back. I take a step back and be like, you know what, it's not my first time. It happened in high school. It happened in college. It's happening now. It's like it's not like I don't know what to do. So it's like once I look at it in that perspective, it's like, you know what, let's get rid of all the moping. Let's get already the whining and stuff and just come back to work. That's what you do. Workers work, and they don't care who does it. It just has to be done. So that's what I came to do.
Yeah, speaking of college and with George and dealing with all that, that was bad. How much of that prepared you for the highs and lows of your NFL career thus far?
Oh man, it was nothing. It's nothing. I think going through college and going through that time and that tough series on first 3 years, it was definitely a testimony to me. It was definitely a testimony to my faith and how I feel about overcoming adversity. And I feel like even going through adversity in the league is nothing compared to what I went through in college. So it's like I'm ready for anything. It's no reason to mope. There's no reason to be upset. I'm in control of my own destiny. I'm in control of the way I feel about things, negative or positive. If a negative situation, it's up to you to turn it into a positive. It's just how you do it.
Thanks.
Greg Bell.
Shaquem, I saw you in binoculars in the sideline. Had a helmet on for about 3.5 hours, it seems like, before you got in the game. How difficult was that? And then to finally just have to turn it on with the game on the line like that?
I was excited, man. My brother, when I got in, my brother was like, all right, make it happen. I got you. I mean, I'm excited. I wanted to be out there. So, I wasn't nervous. I didn't make the situation bigger than what it was. It was just, I got my spot. I got my job. Handle your job and trust your team to handle theirs. And when you got great guys on the team like that, you don't have to worry about nothing. I didn't have to worry about anything extra but my job. So I came out there. They pointed one direction. They say, handle that. And I said, I got you. And I just went to work.
And how different was that quarterback spy role you had for the last half of that drive, switch in position, make some play? Had you ever done that before?
Yes, I did it in college.
UCF, okay.
Yeah. It was easy. It wasn't hard at all.
Is that actually easier in some ways? Because you
I
just
mean,
have one job?
in a sense, because you don't have to worry about so many other things. In the spy, you worry about certain things that's right in front of you. You don't have to worry about the back end. You don't have to worry about what's going behind you. Everything is in front of you. You attack at it. So it's simple. You don't have to look too much. You don't have to see too much. It's just when you see something's going on, you see where the ball going, you go to the ball.
And last one, Curtis.
Yeah, Shaquem, we saw you have the success with the pass rush last year, but to get a couple pass breakups out of that role, tracking Zeke and tracking Wilson across the field in those late game situations, how nice was that for you just to show the versatility there on the field?
I mean, it's feel good. I felt in my comfort zone again to be able to kind of move around because that's what I did at UCF. I rushed. I came back when it was time to spy and, help out on the back and these swing routes. Because nowadays you got a lot of teams doing a lot of swing routes and the backs is just mismatched with a linebacker, just outrun them to the first down or just screens. There should always be a mismatch with the back and with the backer and the linebacker. So for me, it was just more of see your guy, see him run, and you take off as fast as possible and you get there as soon as possible, and which is easy for me. I mean, I love running, so you give me a chance to do so, I got you.
Thanks, Shaquem.
No problem. Thank you for having me.